there's an Acura Le Mans car. It looks nice. Just have a few pictures, different angles. Yeah, headlights. Looks nice. Okay, then we have this Toyota, which has like a chunky face with this little lines and its eyes. You can see that. Okay, only one picture of that. And then we had this Lexus IS350C. The only reason I know that is because it says it, and it has like this cool matte finish even on the lights. I thought it was like a clay model from far away, but it isn't, and you can tell because the headlights, they're so shiny, so it isn't clay. And then, yeah, another picture. And then we got the Audi R8. This red one is the convertible model. It's with the LED headlights for daytime, and its front end looks nice, glossy. And here's the non-convertible white one. I think it looks better because I think hardtops always look better. White, black, nice color scheme. And when I took this picture, the LEDs were actually on, but they weren't when it came out. And here's the 5.2 liter V10 in the back of it. Then here's the Audi TT. It's like a poor man's Audi R8. Looks nice. Top Gear says it's for flight attendants and TDs, what they call TT drivers. And here's the Dodge Challenger, and I don't really like muscle cars at all, but I took this pictures for one reason. There was this lady who got up on the little car spinny thing. She opened up the trunk and started to change her shoes in front of everybody. She was just there changing her shoes like no one was watching. So I took pictures because that's what you do when you see funny stuff. Okay, and here's the Mercedes SLS. It's the car that's going to be on the cover of Gran Turismo 5. I think it looks really nice with its gull wings and its cool front end. Reminds you of the SL65, which is one of my favorite cars. And there's like half of it, and the brakes, and the 6.3 liter something. The interior with the red and black, like a man's washback. And then, yeah, rear end, SLS, blocky exhaust, gull wings, and it's Hyundai, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, background, Chrysler. No one cares about them. And here's the SL55, I think. It looks pretty close to 65, which is one of my favorite cars. And here is the, I don't remember what this car is, but it has the little thingy on the roof, looks like a penis. I didn't say that. Okay, and there's this tiki thing that was in the auto show, and I don't have the slightest clue why it was there, but it was a glowing tiki thing. And here's it was in the classic car section, the classic MG, and the classic, what's it called, Mustang. And here it was a Plymouth something. I thought this was like a Ford concept when I saw it, but I read the little badge that said Plymouth. It looks alright, but it's black, and my camera doesn't take good pictures of black cars. And here's a Maserati Spider. I don't remember what year, but it looked nice. And here, the Nissan 370Z, headlights glowing, and some random guy in it. Here's another headlight, but it was off that time. A view of the side of the car. Nice angle with the Nissan logo in the background. And here, one of my favorite cars, the GTR. I took like 50 pictures of this, but I didn't put all of them in. But it was really shiny in the booth, and really lit up in the booth, and the car was really shiny, so there's a whole bunch of little things. And here's those little ram air scoops, and the headlights with the angle of the thing, and the other headlight with all the lights reflecting off of the glossiness, and the wheel, the black wheel, and another angle with the wheel, and another angle with the back, and the rear thing, the rear lights. They look like the classic Skyline circle lights. I should really videotape this. I'm doing a lot of stuff with my hands that you cannot see. And here's the rear end, it says GTR and Nissan, and the 4 exhaust, 4 lights, and the wing, and the wing again. And here's a Nissan Cube. I don't really like it, but I thought I could take a picture of it because it was right next to the GTR. I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like the front end, if it was the face, it looks like it's wearing glasses. And here's an angle. And another picture of the GTR because I had to go back and get more. Side view with the cube stuff behind it, which that should lead to GTR. Okay, now here is since the Subaru booth right next to it, so I take a picture of this Subaru. I think it's an Impreza, but it has all this bike stuff. Why would you have a bike car? Why would you have a car if you're riding a bike? Or why would you have a bike if you have a car? Unnecessary. And then back to the minis. or not back to the, we're get into the minis. Here it says it's a Mayfair, so I'll say it's a Mayfair. Mini Mayfair, ugly brown, really shiny, a whole bunch of lights. And here's a Cooper with little Union Jack flags and a weird guy staring at it. Okay, now we got to the exotics. Here was a custom Bentley Continental GT, which looked like it has its eyebrows singed off, but it had a nice white and black color scheme. It looked nice. And here it was a Bentley Brooklands, I think. It looks alright, but again it was dark and it didn't take good pictures. And now here, an Aston. I don't know which one it is because they all look the same to me, but looks nice. Astons all look beautiful. And here's the same car from the front, and I think this one's a DB9 with the little things in the roof, but I couldn't tell. Again, it looked nice. And that's the same car which I thought was DB9. And this, I know this was a Vantage because one, it looks beautiful, and if you look at the rear end, it says Vantage. Okay, and here's a Maserati something. I think it's the Quattroporte, but I don't know much about Maseratis. It looks nice, it's silver, but then I saw this white one. I don't know what it is at all, but I think it looks brilliant with its pearly paint and its cool front end. That looks kind of like a MC12, but not as Formula 1 is MC12, or not Formula 1, Le Mans is MC12, but it just looks brilliant. And yeah, here's another one. Yeah. Okay, now we got to the Ferrari. I don't know if it's a Ferrari 599 or California. I think it's a 599 because it doesn't have the folding roof. But okay, I'll call it 599 for now. I might be wrong. And here's the 599 with the Gallardo in the background, and it's black, so I didn't get a good picture. Sorry. And another one, 599. I don't really have anything special to say about it. It's 599. I don't really like Ferraris. But okay, now Lamborghini Gallardo. I don't know what kind of Gallardo. I couldn't tell. I couldn't read the little thingy. And it's white, nice pearl paint. It looks awesome. Lamborghini is like my favorite supercar maker since I was a little kid, so I love this car. Good angles. And here's the rear end of both the 599 and the Gallardo. And then I found this Caterham. I can't tell if it's a classic Caterham or not because I don't know anything about Caterhams, but it has decals, paint, sponsors on it, and it has a shiny little fender that glared. And again, another angle Caterham that's kind of cut off in the video because I took it long ways and I took up the whole thing and I had to cut it to make it HD. So, and here, Mustangs. I don't like Mustangs at all, but they were there, so let's take a picture of them. And here, it's a red Mustang in the classic car section. But if you look at the little year, it says it was the 1964 and a half model. What's a... Okay, and here was a Porsche Boxster that was not on the ground in front of the food court. And a motorcycle, which it looks nice, right? And here, around all the classic Mustangs, the only good car in there, the Ford GT, it was all covered, and I had to like get this huge tripod and hold the tripod all the way extended over my head so I can get it over the Mustang. It was not good. Okay, now back to the consumer cars. BMW. Here's a 335i, because it says that. It's a 3 Series, which are the plainest BMWs. I don't like them at all. And what time at? 9 minutes. I'm good on time. Okay, so another angle of the same car. And then here, there was a little booth that had a whole bunch of BMW stuff. It was like BMW golf balls and hats and bags and stuff, which are just unnecessary. Okay, here, it's a Z4, I think. Yeah, it's a BMW Z4, that small convertible BMW, which I think looks nicer in person because I've seen it on Top Gear and I've seen it driving around. I didn't think it was that good, but when I see it in person, it looks a lot better than I thought. And here I got some pictures of toy cars on the way from the lower level, which we were on, going to the top level. A Gallardo, a classic Porsche, 2 Vipers, 3 Vipers, and a Mustang and a Jeep. Okay, now we're on the top level. Here's the Ford booth, which is really big. I didn't expect it to be this big. And Mustang Zone, and here's an engine. And the Ford Fiesta with this little tubes that were supposed to be like gas consumption, and they were showing how fast the competition is compared to 2011 Ford Fiesta. And sadly, after this, my battery died. This is the last picture I have at the top level, and the top level I thought was better because it was the good European cars. And, well, oh well.